Snark Chocolate, a show about ZK products, where we break them down with rich flavors and sweet insights. My name is Omer, and I'll be co-hosting this episode with Queenie. Today, we are thrilled to be joined by Chiro Hiro, founder of Orochi. Orochi is the first ever ZK data availability layer and provable database. We're here to unpack what it means. So Chiro, hi. It's a pleasure to have you on the show. I would like to start with an introduction. Can you please tell us about yourself and how you came to work and found Orochi?
Yeah, I'm Chiro, founder of Orochi Network and also the CTO. When I in this field, I work on software and also in cybersecurity, and we focus on building the product that met the security and also requirement in software. But then I figure out that there are a lot of things we can build for the future. For example, when the first time I read the white paper of Bitcoin, and I figure out that it actually like going to change the whole industry and also change everything about software and also stuff. So I'm really into Bitcoin, and that's why like I'm starting my career in blockchain space. Um, I do research myself, and that's why I want to focus 100% on blockchain technology and focus more on cryptography. It's about like 10 years ago. I work at R&D engineer and do research in blockchain technology. After that, I have spent more time with cryptography and especially zero knowledge proof. Um, so at that time, like people want to scale, actually like how we can scale the blockchain, and the only answer is about zero knowledge proof. So more time, I see what going to change in the future, and really lucky that I heard something from Vitalik. It actually like inspired me a lot. It's about like how we can generate the proof of everything. And I think like why don't we apply it to data, and how can we like generate the proof of data? So we found Orochi Network to solve that problem and bring more value to Web3 industry.
Fantastic. So let's start with the basics. What is Orochi exactly? Can you elaborate more on what's the vision, what's the mission, and when did you start? Also, what's the origin of the name? I'm also curious about that. Looks like something from like Japanese.
Yeah, I just talked to Quinn that I'm really into the Japanese culture and also history. That's why we come up with the name. It is the name of the dragon in Japanese culture and in the midst of Japanese. It's about the A-has and A-tailed dragon. So we want Orochi to be something like this. Like we can have more product that cover a wide range of Web3 and help people to build better product based on our infrastructure and also based on our service. Um, Orochi network actually like ZK DA layer, different from the rest of the markets. We focus more on zero knowledge proof, and ZKP will be the main like central point, and we build every product around zero knowledge proof. And our mission is to bring the provable data to Web3 industry, and we hope that with our technology, we can also bring the zero knowledge proof, bring the cryptography to the traditional market.
So we're going to dive into data availability and specifically the technology that you guys are building uh, shortly. But first, I want to talk about funding. So what I've seen is that you received grants from both Ethereum Foundation and also from Mina Foundation, I assume. So I was wondering if you can share more on how this process looks like. All of the processes around applying for a grant, receiving it, working on it, getting some milestones, and so on. And specifically about the grants that you received, what were the deliverables that you worked on?
Um, so to be clear that we receive grant from Ethereum Foundation and Mina protocol. They actually like don't do invest in the project, but then they're going to grant people to build the product for common good. Um, and then in terms of fundraising, we are on the seed phase and raising for the seed round. But then the seed round is nearly closed. So I think like we're willing to move on to next phase and also focus on development and marketing. And in terms of like Ethereum grant and also Mina protocol grant, everything pretty clear. Like on their website, they also provide the information for you, like how you can apply and what is the waitlist of the platform. For example, like Ethereum Foundation, they have the website and also provide the information. It's very detailed that like they have the wish list, so every criteria will have several options for you to choose. Like you can apply your own project to the fit criteria. For example, like they have criteria for MPC, 2PC, and also Apache. So you can choose. It depends on how you can make your project to fit into the requirement or the wish list of the foundation. So we can actually like start writing the proposal and then submit that proposal to Ethereum Foundation or Mina Foundation. So they go into the review process, and then maybe they will going to set up the call between the foundation and the team to talk about the project and also specify the feasibility and how you're going to deliver the project. So after that, you can write the detail of the proposal. Like you're going to provide like how many milestone of the project and how it's going to deliver, and also um, um, the estimation for the project, every milestone as well. After that, it's going to be processed. Maybe like it's going to take about around just 1 or 2 weeks to process further.
And what were the grants that you received?
Um, from Ethereum Foundation, we actually like apply for the ZKP um, section, and the idea is I want to build the ZKVM framework. Like right now, like we have a lot of ZKVM, but then there ain't no standard to build up the ZK framework. So we want to make it. We want to make it happen to build a framework and also a standard for people to build zkVM. Um, Before that, I also talked to the other people in the PhD team. So they also like discuss a lot about how we can make the module more general and how we can apply it to the other existing project as well. So after that, I write the proposal and apply to Ethereum Foundation, and its name is ZK Memory project. Actually, like we complete every milestone, and every milestone, we have the one auditor who going to check the also the source codes and also document and everything of the project to make sure that we meet the requirement and also meet the thing that we already proposed before. And for Mina protocol, we actually apply for the grant to build up the zkDatabase project. The idea is quite simple. Like you build a database, it look quite similar to existing database, but then you're going to create these ZK circuits to prove everything um, in this database.
Got it. Yeah, so that's actually a good segue to talk more about current products and current product offerings. So can you, I've seen there are quite a few, maybe can you list and describe at a high level what products you guys at Orochi now are offering and how they like fit into, a single like some kind of like a plan or like one narrative?
Yeah. Um, Actually, like our main product is ZKP centric DA layer. We want to build a DA layer uh, based on zero knowledge proof, and can generate a zero knowledge proof. So if you see right now on the DA layer market, there are a lot of projects like Celestia and also Avel and Asian DA, but all of them is just combined between the blockchain and also one commitment scheme. It's going to limit them to generate a ZK proof, and they not actually like do the ZK run up on the data. So eventually you cannot get the one succinct proof for your own DA layer. That's why like we think in different way, like how we can check it, how we can generate the one single proof that can be um, verified very efficiently on the blockchain or on smart contract. So we restructure everything and rebuild the concept of DA layer. We use the DAG to store the data and index the data. So it's quite similar to the approach of the IPFS project, because like we cannot remove everything from the blockchain once you uh, already wrote the data on it. That's why like DAG going to be better. And then when we combine DAG and also combine with commitment scheme and zero knowledge proof, we can actually like create the better DA layer with the um, higher ability to scale and also the cost to store the data on our DA layer much more cheaper if you compare to the other DA layer on the market right now.
Uh, Chiro, you mentioned that you adopt multiple commitment schemes.
Yeah.
I'm curious about the purpose of it. So, are you actually adding proof verification into the DA layer?
Actually, like we support multiple commitment scheme because like every commitment scheme will compatible differently with the proof system. For example, like KGG, it can work well with Halo 2, but then when it comes to Kimchi, like everything will be difficult for people to actually like verify the KGG on Kimchi. That's why like we want our DA layer to be the proof agnostic. Like we want the proof by Orochi network can verify on very efficiently on different blockchain and can prove with different ZK proof. So that's why
Mm.
like we support different commitment scheme. So for example, if I want to prove something on Orochi network to Mina protocol, the commitment scheme will be Merkle tree, and the proof system going to be Kimchi. But then when I want to prove something to Ethereum or EVM compatible blockchain, the commitment scheme will be KGG, and the proof system maybe the Halo 2 proof system. So the whole system is very flexible. Like you can choose the commitment scheme and also can choose the proof system to generate the proof for different blockchain.
Okay, sounds it fits well into your modular thesis.
Yeah.
So, you also mentioned that it makes your DA layer cheaper. I'm wondering, like, which key, like, component make it cheaper?
Yeah. Like I mentioned before, like every existing DA right now is still like utilize the same technical stack. Like they're going to use the blockchain to store data and then have the commitment scheme that going to commit the data on their own blockchain um, to another blockchain and then provide the maybe like the witness of the commitment scheme to make the data to be verifiable. So when you store something on blockchain, it actually like very expensive. Like you cannot like remove the data or delete the data after you don't want to use this anymore. So it is the nature of the blockchain. But then for Orochi network, we do different. Like we allow people to store the data and use the Merkle DAG to index the data. And and it also help um, to make a layer that you can store the data just like you store on the IPFS storage. The cost is much more efficient. The cost is much more like lower if you compare to blockchain. And then after you don't want to use that data anymore, you can um, remove the data entirely. So you don't have to keep the data forever, and every
Mm,
node may not need to um, store the whole data because like you can do maybe sharding or store several versions of the um, several replica of the data instead of the whole copy of the data.
I see. So that's the benefit from the DAG structure.
Yeah.
So one thing I'm still trying to wrap my head around, you mentioned which is a network. So what actually makes it a network, or what's the flow of interfacing or interacting with the network?
Mm, actually, like every like distributed system, actually it have multiple nodes and is going to exchange the information and also help people to store the information. Orochi network is actually it also a distributed system, so it was built to allow people to store data on it and also um, egg nodes in Orochi network, they're going to generate the proof for the data that they're holding to help people also prove the correctness and prove the integrity to the smart contract or to the other platform. So actually, like in the future, we want to make the um, um, our ZK DA layer to be a layer 2 of data or maybe something similar. But then right now, I just call it like DA layer. So we want to provide the network where people can store the data if it's very cheap and also provide the proof for them.
Understood. So you mentioned that you mentioned kimchi, which is came from the Mina ecosystem, and you want to support all sorts of different provers and prover technologies. It leads me to ask kind of like who are the teams you are working with or that you want to work with? Like who can collaborate with you, or actually even who can be a user of Orochi Network?
Right now, like we talk with many projects, and they are really a wide range of the our customer. We talk to the people who actually like work in fintech, um, like like in the traditional market, like traditional industry. So they actually have um, the demand to prove every transaction in their system. For example, like fintech company, they want to prove that their customer not doing money laundering or something, and they talk to us to find the solution for it. So we introduce them with the ZK database project. so they can actually apply to the product and also like generate the proof and also minimize the cost to do the audits. Besides that, each product of Orochi Network going uh, um, to to have different kind of application. For example, like we also have people who want to build the fully on-chain gaming, but then right now like they figure out that they need somewhere to store a huge amount of data. For example, like gaming in gaming, like people have a lot of data, but then they don't want to keep the data forever. So they're going to if they're going to store it on chain, it's very expensive for them. Like when you store the data on chain, it's very expensive. If you store a huge amount of data, but then when you outsource that data to Orochi network or using our ZK database, actually like we can access the unlimited amount of data off chain, but then the data can be proved with the on-chain smart contract. So right now, like we talk to traditional people in Web 2, traditional industry, and also talk to the Web 3 project like gaming, DeFi, and also decentralized AI.
How about we go a bit deeper into some of the technology you are building? So the first building block I wanted to ask about is this ZK database that you mentioned before. Um, First, where does it fit into the tech stack? I mean, who can access it? Who's using that in Orochi network? And second, I'm interested in the applications. I mean, can I use it standalone, or what kind of applications can live on top of or use ZK database?
Yeah. Um, zkDatabase actually it is a product that focus more on enterprise than and we provide other service. Right now, like we open for every project or um, people to try it free, and it is like it can be like used as an independent service, so anyone can use it. Right now, like we partnership with the Lumia. Actually, like they are the decentralized AI, and they want to use our ZK database to store the data and also use this to prove the data integrity of the data that they are holding. And other project they use ZK database as the storage for their system. There are one project on Mina protocol. They focus on building the ZK Oracle, and then they want somewhere to store their data. And then the 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 answer is very clear. Like they want to generate the proof of data, and then that's why like ZK database going to help them to reduce the cost to um, do the whole process to prove the data correctness.
Okay, but how does it work?
Okay, so to get into the detail, we have two unique selling point of the product. The first thing is ZK data runup. Actually, like we right now, like we have a lot of application of ZK runup, like a lot of layer two based on ZK runup, and they actually like prove everything of their own layer two to the settlement layer. And then we think like, what if we apply the ZK runup to data? Like we can actually like do the ZK runup on data, and then eventually like we're going to have a very succinct proof of the data, and we can prove the data correctness everywhere very efficiently. And the next thing that we build is verifiable data pipeline. The data pipeline, it play a very important role in Web 2. For example, like you're going to collect the data and also process the data before you store it into the database. And after that, you can query from the data warehouse and or query from the database to provide the data, the meaningful data. The problem of Web3 is no one going to provide you the data or guarantee the data correctness. For example, if you're running an exchange and you're going to sell one Bitcoin for $100,000, but then right now, like the data of the Bitcoin, it's going to be provided by Oracle, and the Oracle is third-party service. So you definitely can trust the Oracle because like the Oracle can manipulate the price because like they no guarantee that they not going to do it. So what if we're going to generate the ZK proof? It actually like everything is based on cryptography. Like you're going to generate the proof that going to tell that the sampling process from the service or from the data source is correct. And then you generate another proof that going to prove that the data processing is correct. And after that, you have the data and also the ZK proof that going to prove everything about data. And I think like the verifiable data pipeline, it's going to solve a lot of problem of Web3 right now. Like there is no more third party, like no more trusted third party, and there is no more like unverifiable data.
Yeah, very interesting. Um, to complete the picture, there is another tech that is mentioned on the website called ZK Memory. Is this a different thing than the ZK database? What are the differences?
Um, ZK Memory, actually like the product that we apply into grant of Ethereum Foundation, um, it's going to help us to do R&D and also explore the potential of ZKP. Like we want to build the system that go actually like become the proof agnostic, like can verify between different proof system and stuff. Um, but then we we have to expose to the risk of R&D. That's why like we're going to starting with something like ZK Memory. It is a project and focus on apply zero knowledge proof and explore its potential and also build the building block for the other product of Orochi network. Like zkDA layer actually like can review the component from ZK memory and also zkDatabase also able to review the component from ZK memory as well. So it going to provide any like technical need for us to build the ZK database and also build the zkDA layer. And then but then it focus more on open source and also provide people to the tool to build their own ZK VM.
So ZK Memory is kind of like a building block for a ZK database, like a lower level
Yes,
thing. Okay.
yes.
And maybe can you share more about how does it work under the hood? Like what's the actual like prover and what's unique about it?
Yeah. ZK memory actually like it is a universal module to prove the memory. So on top of it, we define an abstract RAM machine. Like every ZK VM they're going to have one common component. It's the memory, and you can use the view of the memory to think about like how we're going to build the zkVM or any other product. For example, we can think about the blockchain just like a state machine. We can think about the storage. It's just about the memory that going to persist, and the memory also apply to the other thing as well. For example, like the regulator of the CPU or the stack or the and other stuff. And when we focus on solving the problem of the memory, we actually like also solve many problem of the blockchain as well, and also the storage and the like differences in architecture of blockchain. Um, so on top of ZK memory, it actually like the abstract machine of the RAM, and lower level we allow people to custom the instruction sets, and they can actually like write different instruction sets. For example, like they can write wasm, they can write rigfile or the other instruction sets, and they're going to utilize the zk memory at the module to help them make it easier. And at the lower level, we have the proof system and also commitment scheme. Right now, like our ZK memory actually supports three different commitment scheme. It is like Merkle tree, and also KGG, and it supports um, three different like proof system right now: Halo 2, Nova, and also Supernova. So we are in the halfway to bring the proof agnostic to Web3. Like in the future, I think about like how we can support Plunky 3 and also other proof system as well. Maybe like Stack, ZK Stack, it also good.
Are you trying to leverage on all the products you have for people to create any ZK VMs or ZK applications?
Yeah, for ZK memory, it focus on create the building block that people can reuse to build any kind of product. For example, we're going to utilize the ZK memory to build the zkDA layer and also zkDatabase. The other people, they can utilize ZK memory project to build their own ZK VM. For example, like they can write their own ZK EVM or even like ZK rig file. It depends on how they're going to define the instruction set and how they're going to utilize the ZK memory.
I see. And you also mentioned that you guys are working on the framework to create the ZK VMs. Could you please share more about it? How does it look like?
Yeah, we when we look into the ZK VM market right now, like we have a lot of ZK VM, but then all of them just focus on maybe like one section, and actually like in ZK VM it lack of standardized. Like no one actually like want to standardize the ZK VM or provide the framework that people can use just to build the zkVM. So that's why that is the reason why we focus on develop the ZK memory project and bring the ZK memory project to people so people can actually like reuse the ZK memory and write their own zkVM.
So, Chiro, I wanted to also ask about privacy.
Uh,
Is there is there any like privacy preserving element in in, in your framework or the way you think about ZK?
I think like privacy is very important, and And right now, like we are in the very early stage of ZKP, and right now, like ZKP used to focus on solve this scaling issue. Like most of people focus on solve the scaling issue. And I think like when we talk about privacy and also how we can build like how we can actually have the ZK in the ZK product, it actually like very difficult question. Like when you want to have the ZK, like have the actual ZK, you have to trade off with the overhead. Like it not just easy like you going to create the scaling solution. So right now like we still like open to to find the solution for it. Like when you have a good product in terms of privacy, but then it also usable. So sometimes you have to choose like which is more important at at the current stage. So a lot of project is focus on usability and make the zero knowledge proof more um, usable for people. And the problem of privacy, like privacy preserving, is still open question for people, like when to apply it and how to apply it without without any difficulty into the usability, like and also don't have the penalty in the performance.
Right. Got it. I want to jump back to talk about the ecosystem and the project. Specifically, I've seen that you are maintaining an ambassador program, which is something I've seen also in other projects. Not sure if it's exactly the same, but yeah, I'm eager to learn more about how can I join, or what kind of like what are the goals from doing something like that? What does it even mean?
Um, like I just see like we rolling out many different products, and also the zero knowledge proof. It it also very something very new even for Web3 people. Like how we going to tell people about zero knowledge proof, and how zero knowledge proof going actually like benefit people in the industry. So we need more people to actually like to educate about the product and also the technology, like how zero knowledge proof going to change the future of Web3 and other stuff. And then I think like if Orochi Network just like one single company, you cannot we cannot do it. That's why like ambassador program is very important to us. Like we want to have more people and want the community to join it in terms of doing the um, like um, market education. And right now like it's open for everybody to join the ambassador of Orochi Network, and they can contribute to the project.
Okay, but concrete details. Say I'm applying to join as an ambassador. What do I get? What do I need to do? How do you measure it? Should I um, just sign up and that's it? I'm an ambassador, or is there some kind of like um, relationship between me and Orochi going forward?
Right now, like our BD team actually like work really close to the ambassador. Like the whole process is onboarding, and then when you join, there is also like meeting with the team and catch up in some sort of product update, and also we're going to give out the detail of what we are doing and plan for future as well. Like we want people and we want community to be a part of Orochi instead of like just like the outsider and not don't have any relation to the Orochi network. So we want people to involve into Orochi and also going to witness what we build and also giving their uh, speak of trust about Orochi network.
Chiro, I'm curious because you're from Vietnam. So how's the ZK community in Vietnam or Southeast Asia? Is it popular?
I think like when I starting on zero knowledge proof, like n- they know actually like they know people working in this field, but then right now like more and more people also join like younger people. They also like really interesting in zero knowledge proof, and and just like we are open for internship and also R&D right now like and I receive a lot of application and I really love to share with you guys if like we have more time to chat in this stuff but then like everything like much more better than 2 year before like 2 year before or even like 5 year before I really rare to like bump into the people who work on cryptography or zero knowledge proof but right now like um, sometimes I'm going to see them and then also they go to the out discourse to ask about like how going to apply zero knowledge proof and how to become the internship or doing R&D in cryptography and ZKP and it's really great. Right now like we run a small community that focus on education and also uh, like propose the technology to the engineer and also researcher in Vietnam and it's there's like um, several hundreds people join to the Discord, and we also exchange the information and update in terms of research and stuff. It's really cool right now.
That's amazing. So you guys are leading the ZK trend in Vietnam in your local community. That's great.
Yeah. Um, actually, like I'm not sure if we talk that we are leading the trend in Vietnam right now, but then we just like stay long enough in this field. Like we just keep research, and everything going to be like people going to see us at the icon of the ZKP in Vietnam. Um, but then it's not actually like the purpose of founding Orochi Network. We just like on our path to the to our vision. We see the people who have the same passion in cryptography, and it's really cool.
So Chiro, we have one last question that we ask every guests on the show. So please name a project that you're bullish about.
Can I name two projects?
Of course.
I think like the first one maybe will be Mina protocol.
Mm.
Actually, I love its concept, like also its technology. Like a lot of people see the problem with the blockchain right now, and they figure out that um, Mina protocol concept of blockchain will be the future. Like you can do the native run-up on their own blockchain, your own blockchain, and then you can generate a very short proof for the whole blockchain, and you can create the light client that actually like work on any mobile device right now and is also provide the ability to build up the many layer 2 that's going to run up to their own blockchain and I think like the next project going to be Polygon like right now they have lots of product and also they own a lot of resource to build the really like impactful product to Web3. and I also really enjoy to do the study about the polygon tree, plunky tree of polygon.
Great. So I think that's it. Chiro, thank you so much for joining us today, sharing information about your journey and the Orochi network. Would love to catch up again soon, and good luck with closing the round. Yeah, also thank you, Queenie, for co-hosting with me. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.